Well, hello friends, this is Tommy Oakes and this is the Story Break. Welcome. You know, there's a whole set of stories that I consider to be what I call stories with a lesson. Well, actually, just about every story I think has somewhere in it a little lesson, but there's a whole category of them that I think are almost designed for a certain type of person. And if you're that type of person, you probably don't need an explanation. You get the message in the story. Now, the story I want to tell you today is one of those kinds of stories, and I will not explain it, but I strongly suspect that if you need the lesson that's in this story, you'll get it. So here goes. Once upon a time, there was a kingdom that had a wise and benevolent king. In that kingdom, there was a farmer. He grew carrots, and one year that farmer so tilled the ground and so worked the crop that he had one of the best crop of carrots that he had ever seen. As a matter of fact, when he harvested those carrots, he said to himself, "I don't think I will ever grow any carrots better than these." So he took a big basket of them to the king's court and got an audience with the king. When he appeared before the king, he said, "Your Majesty, I want you to know that I think you are a wonderful king. I respect you, I honor you, I love you, and out of my love and respect, I want you to have these carrots." Well, the king looked at the man, looked at the carrots, thanked him, and the man started to leave the court. And the king said, "Wait just a minute, come back here." The man came back, and the king said, "You know, I happen to know where you live. And the reason I know that is right beside of your property, I have a real nice piece of ground. Well, I'll tell you what, I want you to have that piece of ground. You appear to be a dedicated and good farmer, and so I'm giving you this piece of ground, and you can grow on it all the crops you want to grow. So thank you again for the carrots." Well, the man left the court rejoicing. Well, standing in the court there was a man who knew that farmer. And he started thinking when he saw that whole event. He thought, well, if that's what happens when you give carrots, what might happen if you gave something bigger? So the next day, that man came in the court of the king, and he was leading a magnificent stallion. He went before the king and he said, "Your Majesty," he said, "I think you are a great king. I respect you, I honor you, and out of my respect and honor and even my love, I want to make you a gift of this magnificent stallion." Well, the king looked at the man, looked at the horse, and said, "Thank you," told one of his servants to lead the horse out to go to the royal stables. And then he dismissed the man who had given the horse. Well, the man stood there with his mouth hanging open, and the king said, "Friend, let me explain something to you. Yesterday, the farmer gave carrots to me. You gave the horse to yourself." And that's the end of that. Thanks for coming. See you next time at the Story Break.